Hey guys, coming to you live from Cypress Creek Chiropractic and Wellness. I'm Alex, I'm the clinic director, and I'm here with Mitzi Richardson, our health expert and wellness coach. And this month we're continuing our topic here on allergies. Mitzi, talk to us a little bit about some of the most common causes that we see with allergies.
Yeah, so I kind of narrowed it down to the top three. Poor immune system function, an overactive immune system, or poor gut health. And you know, some people don't, they do all this testing and they do all these different things trying to fix the allergies, and they're really kind of going too far downstream. You got to really go back up to the root of what's causing them. So the biggest thing usually is your immune system. It's got to be functioning properly in order to deal with these substances that the body's dealing with. So I wrote the word bucket up here because kind of to give you guys a good analogy to explain. I know we have people that are like, well, sometimes my allergies are driving me crazy, and then other times I'm fine and they really don't bother me that bad. So why is that? Well, it's kind of like if you had a leak in your ceiling at your house, because every time it rains, you put a bucket out there and it starts filling up with water and filling up with water. Well, it can catch the water for so long, but if you don't fix the problem, the hole in the ceiling, then when that water gets up to the top of the bucket, you will start expressing symptoms whenever the water starts overflowing. So if the body is an analogy of the bucket, is that your body can handle so many things coming at it, stressors, not sleeping well, so on. As that bucket of symptoms start filling up, the higher it gets to the top, when it starts spilling over, that's basically your allergy symptoms. So that's why your immune system function and getting chiropractic adjustments, things like that are important, because the better adjusted that you are, the better your diet is, the better your immune system is functioning, the more water your bucket can hold. So the less symptoms or expression you start having. So hopefully that makes sense. Overactive immune system, that's kind of what starts happening after you've been exposed to these things for a long period of time. The immune system can start going crazy. That's where you get the autoimmune. It can start attacking itself and things like that. And we'll probably talk about that one in an upcoming episode, because that can be a lot of information. And then your poor gut health. We talked about that a little bit last week. The biggest reason for that is leaky gut, and that starts where the molecules of the food are leaking out into the bloodstream, and the immune system is overacting, and it's actually doing its job by attacking those things. So those are actually food allergies or intolerances, not your seasonal allergies. That's what most people are dealing with today are the seasonal allergies. That's going to be the biggest help for that, is your immune system being ramped up, or get your chiropractic adjustments, things like that.
All right, yeah, we could definitely spend a ton of time, unpacking each one of these things, but, just for this week, we really want to give you guys some quick tips on how you can prevent some of these most common symptoms. And, we were talking earlier, Mitzi, and, one of the most common things that causes some of these seasonal allergies actually has to do with the pillowcase.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that and let us know kind of, how that can ramp up some of these allergies.
Yes, so we have all seen the yellow yuckies on our cars right now. Well, all of that is floating around in the air, and it lands in your hair. And so women especially have an issue with this even more than men, that we go outside and the pollen gets into our hair, and then we lay down at night and it gets onto our pillowcase and our bed and all that, and you're breathing that all night long. So a lot of people will be like, well, I wake up in the morning and I can't breathe. Well, it's because you just have been breathing pollen for the last 8 hours straight. So one thing that you can do is either wash your hair, rinse your hair before bed, or just use a hairbrush and, go out on your back porch and just brush your hair all through really good and kind of try to get that out. So that helps as well. And then, obviously dusting, around where you sleep in that area and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, awesome. So I hope those tips were really helpful for you guys. Is there anything else you wanted to add in there, Mitzi?
Yeah, one other thing on, another just really great tip on how to help eliminate or prevent these is try for avoiding certain foods. The big four that I want to mention really quick are wheat, corn, soy, and dairy. And the reason for those, that people are having these reactions to them, is because, wheat, corn, soy, and dairy. And it's because the first three, wheat, corn, and soy, are, unfortunately, are not processed today the way they used to be. The germ is stripped out and the endosperm and things, and we're really only getting, it's basically been processed to a point that the body doesn't recognize it, or it's unable to break it down effectively because it's missing the enzymes. Corn and soy are GMOs as well, unfortunately. And then dairy, if you are having a lot of like, stopped up nose, you tend to get a lot of sinusitis this time of year, things like that, try cutting out dairy, at least during, the March, spring season, because that will really help. Unfortunately, dairy is very, causes a lot of, what's it called? Inflammation.
Inflammation, yes.
What's that word? Yeah. It causes a lot of inflammation in the body, especially for certain people that tend to have allergies. It can exacerbate that a lot worse. So cutting out dairy is just a really simple, it's not fun always. I love cheese, I love ice cream, trust me, but dairy does not like me, unfortunately. So cutting out dairy is a big, huge tip that can help a lot. So.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for all that, Mitzi. We hope that you guys really found this informative, and take some time. If you know someone who's dealing with allergies or suffering right now, go ahead and share this, punch that love or like button, comment below. We are very anxious and willing to answer any of your questions. And before we go, just want to let you guys know that when you think of chiropractor, sometimes people think of just the spine, but we really take a wellness, full holistic wellness approach here in our office. So we are happy to help with a lot of these symptoms and things. So we, just hope you found this very helpful, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
Bye guys. Have a great weekend.